Hey everyone, this video is a minor, vintage horror book update on my collection. And as you can see, this video is quite different compared to my other videos because you can actually see my face and everything. And like you can also see a bit of my room. But anyway, but yeah, I decided to just make the video this way because I'm just testing a bunch of things out and I don't know. I just had mixed opinions about the ways my previous videos were made, so I just figured I'll just do this one because it's actually just easier. And maybe I get over my weird, maybe I don't think fear is the right word. It's like, I don't know, whenever I see myself in video or pictures, I always think I look really weird. And so that's why I don't like to take pictures of myself. But with that being said, I still will wear those costumes. I guess if the need arises, like for example, if I'm talking about Friday the 13th, which I plan to make a video about that sometime soon, I might dress up as like, Jason or Roy Bones. And once I get my Freddy costume, I'll probably like maybe dress up as Freddy when I'm making a video about the movies. So with that being said, I guess I'll get straight to the video. Okay, the first one, I know this isn't really a horror novel, but I decided just to include it anyways because I think the cover is really nice and it was mentioned in a book I read previously. This is Nightfall by Isaac Asimov. I'm not sure how to say his name, to be honest. I'm terrible with names, especially for ones that are not really English, I suppose. And this also had Robert Silverburn as the author. The reason there's two authors, at least for this case, is because Isaac, he originally made this book in the 40s. It was like a novella sort of thing. And then in 1990, this edition came out, and this is like a full-blown novel that Robert made. I'm not totally sure if Isaac has anything to do with it. But yeah, it takes place on a planet that is the sun only sets every 2,000 years, and apparently when that happens, the natives of this planet, they start freaking out, and it's like apocalyptic stuff happens and crazy stuff. I actually found out about this book from another book I've read called Darkness at the Edge of Town. It was in my Deadite Press video. I believe that was the name, at least it was something really close to it. That was a really good book, by the way. Yeah, they mentioned this book because it's apparently somewhat similar to yeah, just because a character in Darkness at the Edge of Town, there's like some of the stuff that's happening similar to what's happening in this book, and the character references that, But yeah, I found this copy for like $4 on Better World Books, and they have free shipping, so I'm like, yeah, might as well, because I heard it's really good. And also, I just love that cover. Again, sorry the light's pretty terrible, but you can see right there, it's like, you see like all the stars, and you see I guess it's like the sun finally. Well, it's like the sun's about to set and everything. Because I think talk about this planet has like 6 suns. So I think they all get covered once when there's like an eclipse and all stuff happening. Anyways, but this book, like I said, came out in 1990. So it's not too old, but it's older than me, I suppose. All right, next book. This one is a more traditional horror novel, and that's Haunted by James Herbert. This one, this copy, like the book, like the actual story in this book, came out in 1988, I believe. Let me see. Yep, came out in 1988. I have like notes right here, by the way, if I didn't always say that. This edition, though, is not too old. This came out like maybe 2008, something like that, like late 2000s. And I just got it because it was cheap, and because it's also a similar edition to my other James Herbert novels. And this is just me, but whenever I get a book, I like them all to be like the exact same kind of edition. Like they all have to be, like for example, this is paperback, so all my other ones I like to be paperback around the same size and maybe from the same publisher, so they all have like the same art style and everything. I'm like that with all my books. Like for example, like when I get the first book in a series that's hardcover, I'm like, well, now when I buy the rest of them, I gotta get the rest in hardcover. But yeah, this one's like like a haunted house ghost sort of story. It's also a pretty short book. I think it's like just over 200. Yeah, it's about 220. But I'm a big fan of James Herbert. Like his book, The Rats and The Fog. Really enjoyed those. A lot of fun. So I guess with that being said, we'll get to the next one. All right, this one is a little bit more rare. This is Black Christmas. Again, the lighting's pretty bad, but this came out in 1983. It's a novelization of the 1974 movie. And I love that movie. It's a masterpiece in my opinion. I watch it every Christmas, which might be a little weird, but hey, that's what I do. But yeah, this one is a little bit different than the actual movie because I think they changed some of the characters' names for some reason, and also there's like some other some other differences with maybe with the killer. But I'm not entirely sure. I have to read it for myself. And also I got this copy for $10, and it's in not bad condition. Like you can see, there's like minimal damage to the spine, and it's definitely decent copy. Although I would like to say that I wish that the sticker wasn't here. I hate stickers when they do that, but whatever. But let's see. Yeah, this one, Thomas Altman, that's the author, although that's a pen name or pseudonym, whichever you want to call it, from a guy called Campbell Armstrong. Never read any of his other books, but I got this one because, again, it was a really good price, and the fact that I love Black Christmas, the original one, I was like, this would be great for the collection, and, it'd be kind of fun to read this and see what the difference is between the, this book and the original movie. Next one. Not sure if I show the cover too much, but see, that's like a Christmas ornament, and you see there's like a woman there, and there's an axe behind her. So I like that cover. Although maybe it's just me, but yeah. Obviously, it's not as good as the movie poster, the original movie poster. Okay, this is the last book, and this is probably the rarest book, or at least it's the one that goes for the most, and I don't see very often. But this is the one I'm most excited to have, is Connoisseur from Harry Adam Knight, and came out in 1984. The author's Harry Adam Knight, but that's actually a pseudonym for an author named John Brosnan, I believe that's how I say his name. He was mainly a sci-fi writer, so when it came to his sci-fi books, he used his actual name, but when it came to his campy horror novels like Connoisseur, or his other ones like The Fungus or Slimer, that was it. He used the name Harry Adam Knight, and he also had another pseudonym. I think it was Simon Ian Childs. It's kind of funny. You actually take the first letter of each of those, I guess, words, like you make an acronym out of it. Like, for example, Harry Adam Knight makes hack, and Simon Ian Childs makes sick. So I thought that was kind of funny. Well, like he also had another pen name too. That was also like when you make into an acronym, it's something like somewhat comedical, I suppose. But back to the book. This book is a killer dinosaur book. It's kind of like Jurassic Park, but except it's more mature because there's like more sex involved. Although I'm not really sure there was actually any sex in Jurassic Park. I'm in the middle of reading Jurassic Park, but I haven't finished it. I'm like halfway through. And also heard this one's a little more graphic with its kills. I know the book Jurassic Park can have some graphic kills. This one apparently goes more over the top with it. What else? This came out 4 years before Jurassic Park, and there's quite a bit of similarities because there's like I heard some people say like the way the dinosaurs come back is quite similar, and also what else? Oh yeah, there's also one point in both the book and the book Jurassic Park and Connoisseur where like the dinosaurs are like rampaging across a museum filled with like those skeletons. So I'm not like accusing anyone of plagiarism, but people just point out like, oh, there's quite a bit of similarities. They made a movie of this. Well, they made a movie out of this book, but it's very, very loosely adapted. So there's really barely any similarities. I'm excited to read this one because this book is really hard to get, and I mean, at least it's very hard to get in this edition because you get like the other editions that have like the movie poster on it, and those go for like way too much money for them being in really, really bad condition. So I found this one for a fair price, and also one thing I want to show off is like it's like almost new. You show everything. There's no like markings. There's like no damage to the spine. Look at that. It's like you go through the pages, they feel like this book was never read, or if it was very well taken care of. Because some of the older books, like the pages, they feel like they're like, they make a cracking sound when you do that. They stiff, but these ones they feel like feel like somewhat new. I mean, not that new, but So I was like, when I found this one, I was like, oh my god, it looks almost new. I did pay a bit more than maybe I should have, but well, I'm happy with it, and I think it's great for the collection because I love these type of books. I'm also really excited to read this because I'm not sure if I mentioned this before, but I'm reading. Well, I know I said this part before, but it seems I'm reading Jurassic Park. Once I'm finished with that, I plan to read this, and maybe I'll compare the two. I might make a video about that. Although if I feel like I had the capabilities to compare the two, at the very least I'll make a review for this book because it's a pretty underappreciated book. I'm told, because it seems like everyone on Goodreads or some people on YouTube and other places who read this book, they all say it's like pretty darn fun, but sadly it's been out of print for decades. I heard Valancourt Books, they were trying to get this republished, but they haven't had any luck. So sadly, it might stay out of print for forever. Who knows? Anyways, but that's all the books. Again, pretty small update, but Black Christmas and Connoisseur that we had to say. Like, I'm really happy to get these ones because they're not that common of books, and especially the fact like this is based off of one of my favorite movies ever, and this one's just like a book I've been meaning to read for years. Because then I read Slimer and The Fungus years ago, I was like, oh, I really want to check out Connoisseur, but I was never able to find a copy for a reasonable price. I did find some that were somewhat reasonable, but the problem is like they were just in really bad condition. So I guess that's it. So I guess I'll end the video here. But again, like I said before, I'm trying out new things for my my videos to see what works. So if you want, you can just leave me feedback, see if you like this, or should I go back to the tripod? Maybe just point a camera towards my books. Anyways, until next time. Until then.